Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Crazy Cool Me, aka Ursula. I am back with a video on why I became a stay-at-home mom, or I think the acronym is SAHM. I wanted to bring this topic up because you don't see a lot of women of color that are stay-at-home moms, and due to various reasons, I'm not here to be political or anything. I'm just sharing my story, and because I am a woman of color. So it all began with a conversation, of course, with my husband and I. We did discuss how we wanted our children to be raised before we had our first child. We did discuss it and how we wanted them to be raised, and we agreed upon, me staying home, him providing for the family financially, going out to work. That's what we agreed upon. Okay, so several years later, because we didn't have our first child until 9 years after marriage, but that's a whole nother story. But so 9 years later, after we finally had our first child, everything changed. We say one thing and then everything changed. Initially though, I always thought, even before I got married and before I had children or had a child, I always thought I was going to be a working mom. I was just adamant about it. I was just, I'm going to work and I'm going to, have my baby, and I'm going to be a hardworking mom for him, and I'm going to come home and hug him and all this stuff. And I didn't think about daycare. I didn't think about anything else. I was just, that's what I was going to do. I didn't think about the career I was going to have. I don't know what I thought I was going to be doing in order for me to work and take care of my child. So anyway, none of that turned out the way I thought it was going to turn out. So when we had our first child, everything changed. I thought I could do it all. I thought I could do both. But, reality hits and sinks in. After college and graduating from college, and then trying to figure out what to do in my life, I really put that thought on the back burner. Like, I just need to find a career. So that's what I was focused on, trying to find out what the heck I'm gonna do with my life. Graduating from college with the exercise science degree, and didn't know what I wanted to do. So I finally, almost 5 years later, almost 5 years after graduating from college, I found out that I wanted to be, well, it's a long story in between, but after 5 years, 5 years after my graduation, I pursued a career in physical therapy assistant. It's a long story. Anyway, I did want to be a physical therapist, doctor. Now it's a doctorate. I did want to do that, but it did not work out that way. So physical therapist assistant is what it was. So going through the program, that took another about 1.5 years to go through, still without a child or anything, but going through all of that, and then boom, we have a child, which was planned, of course. I'm getting towards my 30s, and I was thinking, oh my goodness, I need to make a decision, when I'm going to have a child, because, I don't want to wait until later on in life to try to have a child. So we made the decision, planned to have our son. We had him, and then, now I have this physical therapy assistant career, that I'm working on. Just got certified and graduated and everything, and I'm getting, going through the ropes and learning so much and enjoying everything. And then boom, when I got pregnant, I say I was just starting my job and I was doing good, making money, making more money than I ever made in my life. Doing good. I loved it. Then I get pregnant, and to myself, I was thinking I'm gonna work until I'm about 6, 7 months, and then I'm gonna take my medical leave, and then I'm gonna go back to work after the 6 weeks. That's what I was thinking in my head, and I told my husband that I wanted to work, at least the 6 months. He was like, I don't know about this. He did not want me to work. He wanted me to, stay home during the pregnancy, but was he was supportive in my decision. So he was supportive in my decision to do that, and he was like, well, at any point in time, you can always come home during the pregnancy. But anyway, like I said, I did not have to even make that decision, because a month after we found out we were pregnant, boom, the pandemic hits. So the pandemic hits, and I lose my job. I got furloughed, and then I lose my job. So I didn't have to make the decision to stay at home, but it did teach me, or I did learn a lot being furloughed and being at home, being pregnant. It was definitely a blessing, because I really that being that it was my first child, I was so tired, sleepy all the time, no energy. And with physical therapy, you have to do a lot of physical manipulations, and you use your whole body to help others and treat the patient. So I was thinking to myself, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. So I'm so thankful that that happened, because I don't think I was going to be a good PTA, being that I didn't really have the stamina or energy or physicality to do my job in my head. But anyway, so that taught me that and how precious it was to have those moments there, at home during the pregnancy, spending time with each other. So I I was like, okay. And then after that, I really, really, you know, just after that, I really thought to myself, okay, well, I'm going to stay home. That's going to be I'm going to stay home. I'm not going to, after the pandemic, we didn't know how long it was going to last or anything, or what the results was going to be afterwards. So I said, I'm going to stay home. I'm going to be at home with my child after birth. So after we had Benjamin, and I really was thankful, because I wanted to breastfeed, and I was breastfeeding initially. I'm so thankful for that, because I seen, the moms where they pump at work and they send their bottles off to, daycare or whoever is watching the child. And that is a toughie, tough. So, my hats are off to the working moms, and who have to do that, or who choose to do that. But I saw for myself, wow, I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to be at home, be able to breastfeed them, straight from the breast, and or pump, and be able to give it to them, and just have that bond. Oh my goodness, that was the best part for me, to have those precious moments that you will never get back, so to have that bond. And I know that is just going to be a lifetime bond that my son and I have, because of that of that experience. So I'm so thankful for that. After that, I just made my decision to stay at home and be there, create more bonds, love on him, teach him, just watch every, growing and milestone moment. I just made my decision to do that, and I love it. So stay tuned for part 2 of this, because I went back to work. If you've been a subscriber, stay tuned, and I'll tell you how that went and why I am a stay-at-home mom, and that is where I'm going to stay until until it changes. But my hats are off to the working moms. This is not a who's better, who's worse mom. No, love is to all the mothers, because being a mother is sacrifice. This is not to take away from the dads either. We love you, dads. This is just my story, my reasoning as why I became a stay-at-home mom, and I don't regret any of it. I don't have any regrets. I don't miss anything. I don't feel unfulfilled. I feel blessed, and I feel thankful. And is it easy? Heck no. I'm still waiting on 1 o'clock. I don't know when it is, but no, it's not easy. It's very challenging. It's very hard sometimes, and to me personally, it's the hardest job I've ever had in my life. Okay, with no pay, no vacation, no sick days, nothing. Okay, hardest job I had in my life, but it's so much more fulfilling and rewarding as well, that you have this, if you hear him in the background, but you have this little human that you get to, love on and teach and mold and protect, and you just see how you influence this little one. So I'm just so thankful. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.